Okay, so like a few days ago, I posted this one video of this guy doing an interview and pretty much letting the world know kind of what he's found to be true in the generation, which I guess to him and his research, the millennial generation is any year after 1984. So I was born in 1983, so technically I'm not included in it, but I think there's a lot of crossover for me. And then even some of my older friends, especially with social media, there's a lot of crossover as well. So maybe some Gen Xers, which I consider myself a Gen Xer, or whatever the 70s and 80s are considered. I have no idea as far as labels because labels suck. But for me, the biggest thing in that guy's research is his findings about social media, which is where I see most of the overlap between my generation, the millennials, and then even some older generations as well. And so basically, I mean, social media, since its onset, has kind of taken over every facet of our lives. It's made a lot of things easier, which is great. You hope that technology does that. I feel like I saw the definition of technology. I feel like I read it or learned it in school or something, and technology was created to make our lives easier, or during the technological revolution or whatever. Again, time periods, labels, whatever. And so in a lot of ways, it does make our lives easier. I'm still using it, but I'll let you know in a second kind of what I use it for. But I've limited a lot of my social media usage, I guess you can say. One of the things that I've done since I noticed it was consuming me, one of the things I did was to not delete the app necessarily, because I think if you delete or censor yourself from anything, you just make it so you want to do that thing more. Somehow, somewhere in our nature, I feel like you remove something from your life almost kind of by force, where it was an addiction, like the guy was saying, then you just want it more and more and more because you can't have it. So I didn't delete Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat or Twitter, or I'm probably missing five other ones somewhere down the line because it's ridiculous how many we have. And I can see pretty quickly how it becomes time consuming, how it was very time consuming for me as well. I just limit it. Yeah, on our phones, I have an Apple iPhone. I will always have an Apple iPhone. And on there, you can control what notifications you get. So for a while now, I can't remember when I started, but it was definitely sometime in 2016. I turned off all the notifications for all my social media apps because I came to a point where I realized it was so time consuming. It was not worth it. It was a waste of time. And so I turned off all the notifications. The only one that I left on was Messenger, because people can actually contact you to maybe want to get offline. That's a good thing. And it's a little bit more personal, where you get deeper, or you foster a deeper connection with somebody, not just like on a timeline. People can post whatever they want. I post whatever I want. And it's very blasé. It's very general, very safe, because you're not really getting into deep connection with people. Again, the guy mentioned that as well. It's a safe way to kind of disconnect, but not a very healthy way to disconnect. So I leave just a messenger on. I've done that for some several months or so, and I've limited myself even more that way. Um, and it has gotten to the point where I don't have a knee jerk reaction to pick up my phone and look at how many likes I have or post some stupid random thought because it's so accessible. It's not a knee jerk reaction anymore, especially in socially awkward situations where, like, maybe there's no talking. That was a very easy thing to kind of pick up. Oh, my phone, let me go to Facebook. People know what I'm doing. It's not even a text, and it's just a way to kind of pass the time and not feel socially awkward. Now, I force myself to deal with that socially awkward situation. If there's no talking, I've actually learned that that's not a bad thing. I enjoy I'm an extrovert, so I enjoy being around other people, but that doesn't mean that I'm necessarily talking. I think you can enjoy being around other people, um, and just enjoy the silence with other people. And I think I need that being an extrovert. Some people are introverted where they need to just withdraw completely from other people. So for me, it's the other way around. I can be in a situation now. It's not socially awkward. I don't need to grab my phone. Driving in the car or whatever. I don't need to think about, what do I say? Do I say anything? No. I enjoy the peace and the silence and the serenity. Now, if I felt awkward about that in the past, then other people around me in that same situation might feel awkward. And then that used to make me feel more awkward because now I feel like, oh, I gotta say something to break the silence because they're feeling awkward. And I'm such an others focused person, where I care about the feelings of, the other person that I'm interacting with, and blah, blah, blah. So now I can just sit in that peace and just enjoy it. And I've learned, okay, it's not awkward. I've had friends tell me it's not awkward, when there's silence. And I think it's a beautiful, beautiful type of silence as well. And it happens on Uber drives when I'm driving people around as well. So you can tell, when somebody needs a silence, if they go straight to the back seat, as a passenger, or decline your invitation to come to the front, then they probably just need some time alone and some silence. And if they want to talk, then they'll talk and kind of go from there. And gives me a chance to kind of recharge, but I got another human being there with me. So I'm still getting filled up as an extrovert, but I'm also getting even more filled up by the silence. It's weird how that works. And then I might have another passenger later on where it's like bubbly, just laughing our asses off, just about everything, and just really connecting because they wanted to connect. And now I'm recharged to be able to handle that situation the way I want to, in that bubbly kind of way as well too. So there's different ways that you can connect with people. And I'm learning that a lot more. And it's all because I'm not worried about that socially awkward situation. I know that it's just a situation out of many situations that could possibly come up during the day. So I'm not thinking about, okay, I really want to be on Facebook right now or anything. I'm just letting the situation kind of dictate what happens. And it's not awkward. If you don't make, one thing I've learned, a secret that I've learned, is if you don't think it's awkward, or if you don't make a situation awkward, then guess what? It's not awkward. It's people are going to enjoy themselves in that situation, even the silence, or bubbly, or somewhere in between, and it's totally fine. And I just love learning about different people because everybody responds in a certain different way. which is awesome. And I get to see different responses um, every day, in every single one of my passengers. And it's really, really cool. So, and again, that wouldn't happen if I didn't do something to beat the addiction of social media. I would still be feeling really awkward and going to my phone and not allowing myself to learn from that situation. Now, for me, with social media, I've learned to use it as a tool, just like money is a tool. Money is not meant to, or I don't know, maybe it was meant to make us or be some sort of addictive kind of substance. But whatever, let's not worry about that. It's a whole different conversation. But to me, money is a tool, and so is social media. It's a tool. Um, Probably late 2016, and then especially just going forward now, I kind of flipped a sort of switch where it's like, okay, I really like being in suit jackets. Um, it does make me feel, I guess, richer because feeling rich, being rich is more than just how much money you have in your pocket. Now, that stuff will be attracted to you. I think as you act the way that you want to be, it all starts with acting and then your perception. So I wanted to perceive myself as rich, rich in health, rich in just every way, not just monetarily. So I dress up every day. I wear jeans. I love wearing V-neck shirts, or just as plain a t-shirt as possible, but a nice kind of looking t-shirt, but not one that's like totally super loud. I love clothes with a cause. There's a lot of different clothing lines where you give, you buy the shirt or whatever, and money goes to some kind of charity. I love that kind of clothing. And so I'll wear that, even if it's a t-shirt or V-neck, it doesn't matter. And then I love V-necks, and I'll wear that, and then with a suit jacket just like this. And it makes me feel wealthy, rich, whatever word you want to. Well, I guess rich would be the best word for that. And that's how I want to perceive myself. And the way that I think myself and perceive myself is who I have just become, just instantly. My attitude, everything shifts. And then maybe I'll talk about law of attraction one day as I finish reading books on it. But the law of attraction is at work as well. It's going to make you richer in every type of way, including money coming in. And so that's one change. And then I made the decision to see myself as a business. And I think we all, if we saw ourselves as a business, it would forever change how we go about life. If you're a business, you need to market yourself, advertise yourself, or promote yourself, I guess. And you need to provide some kind of service or good. And so I guess some people can provide physical goods. My type of service is basically serving other people. I have been put on this earth to serve other people in some way. I love it. I love serving you, giving to you, and then hopefully you give back because otherwise that exchange will just drain me. It can drain you. If I give too much and you're not giving any, it's still gonna drain you. If I give too much and you're not giving back in that relationship, then it's gonna drain you. And you need to find that balance, especially in those one-on-one relationships. But especially Uber, something like that. I'm giving. I'm giving out of abundance, and I love it because that's who I am. I'm a giver. I'm a server or a servant, and I love making people laugh or being that listening ear. And so that's my service that I can provide the world. We each need to figure out what it is that you can provide. So that's one of the things that you get from this video. Think about that. What can you provide the world to make the world a better place? And there's so much that I'm thinking about because now that I'm free from corporate America, I have so much more of my day, daylight hours, which I love, to be able to think and dream about different ways that I can serve the world. And it's amazing. Whether it's business ideas, mostly it's business ideas, maybe a lot of stuff that I can't do yet because it takes maybe licenses or licensures or whatever kind of down the line. But these are things that I'm writing down. And as I get to talk to people, even like random passengers on Uber or random people all day, I'm learning, I guess the universe will bring people to validate some of these ideas. I don't tell it to people because I don't want you stealing my idea, even though I'm not necessarily scared about that because we live in a capitalistic state. Competition's good. So that's not kind of what I meant by that. But there's certain things that we don't need to like vomit out to people. It's the idea, kind of general idea of something. I'll talk to somebody about, and then they might give me something specific that I'm like, oh, that can. I just thought about something because they mentioned something else that can be a very specific thing that only I can offer in that industry to other people. So something that sets me apart. And so, and I love that because it's just random. The universe will bring these people, and it's again those conversations. Maybe it starts with silence, but then all of a sudden, boom, the idea comes and it grows, and I get to write it down, or I get to tell my personal assistant Siri to take down a note so that I can see that later and start working on it. Because I have a lot of hours during the day now that I'm free from corporate America. That's huge, and it was kind of forced on me to be free from corporate America, but I love it now more than anything because I have so many hours during the day to be able to refine some of these ideas and start working on them. And then hopefully in 2017, maybe by the end of 2017, I can start launching some of these ideas. I will actually early on, maybe the next couple weeks or so. I have one idea that I'm going to be launching that I'm really excited about. And it's more for me personally, but I think it'll be an easier way for you all to kind of just, I don't know, go on this journey with me. And if these videos help you, it's going to be an organized way for you to see that. There's another idea that I have that I think you're going to love because I've become more health conscious, and so it's going to be an easy way for you to become more health conscious in some of the ways that's helped me. I've gotten a lot of benefits out of certain products that now I want to be able to offer to you. So, and I'll talk about those things in the videos as we go on in 2017. So it's very, very exciting what's going on right now. So, and I just have so many thoughts that I just love to share with the world. And I used to share it maybe with one or two people and just vomit it out on them and pour them, right? They have to listen to everything. But now I get to put these in videos and share it with you, and it's amazing. And I have time to do this where I'm not getting home from like a 9 to 5 job and so exhausted that I don't want to even think about making a video. And so that's changed. And so I've already, I have my public Facebook page. So if you're a fan on there, great, because I share my deepest thoughts with you, primarily on that, obviously on YouTube, but I link it all to that page. Um, and so like my page if you haven't, it's basically facebook.com/a divine human. Pretty easy, a divine human, because we're all divine humans. We're just basically just infinite beings having a human experience. So I'm not the divine human because I don't believe in a, just a mythical god or whatever. Um, but I believe in a collective. We all have some kind of divine spark. We are a divine spark. And then what we see as humanness, that's not even a word, but whatever, I don't care. This human flesh or whatever is what we've got now to further our divine story. If that makes any sense, don't know, but hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. And so that's what I've been using social media for, and just sharing cool pictures that I might take. I'll put some memes out there that might be kind of silly, funny. So hopefully you like that. If you don't, whatever. Who cares? Don't follow me. Um, but and it's not time consuming stuff because I can schedule my posts. Um, and so I recommend to you, one of the best things I did was I purged my Facebook, and I figured out who is it that is in my circle of trust. Um, and so I'll bring that up now since I'm talking about the Facebook thing. Uh, I was told by one of my, I guess, mentors or friends. I don't see them anymore, but they had an impact on my life. So much so that I tell other people all the time when we talk about this topic. Is they told me, look at your hand, and you'll always be able to count the people that you trust on one hand, pretty much. Basically, a handful of people, right? So 5, 6 people, 7 people, you know. And so my expanded philosophy on that is that you got this inner circle of people that you can just hold in one hand. And then I guess it expands out. So if I trust you, then you're in my inner circle. I want to be with you one on one. I want to invest in you. I want you to invest in me, vice versa. Um, and then if there's anyone else that there might be that 1 or 2 people that each of these people, 5, 6, or 7 people know. I'm going to trust them pretty much automatically. If you're really close to somebody, I'm going to know because I'm close to you, and I'm going to trust them, at least for right now. If they violate my trust, then I can, choose to unfriend them on Facebook or whatever. Just disconnect, basically, because mostly, I'm a very trusting person. Um, I'll trust you pretty much if we get close, I'll trust you with everything. But then once you violate my trust, then you lose my trust, and it's gonna take a hell of a long time to kind of get it back, if you even do. You're gonna, it's just one of those dynamics that I can't really explain. I don't think any of us can explain. But once you lose my trust, it's over pretty much. Like, not over, period, because you never say never, but it's gonna be hard to rebuild that. And I'm not saying it's not possible, because it is, but it's just a difficult road, and it's going to take a lot of one-on-ones and stuff to kind of rebuild that trust. So that's pretty much, there you have it. So I whittled, is that a word? Whittled down my social networks to, especially Facebook, I just want the circle of trust to be there. And then, that little outside layer as well, I'll keep on there. And then everyone else, I'm sorry, I want you to be in the circle of trust, and it's possible to be in there, but I didn't really interact with you very much, and maybe in the future you will. And so I definitely recommend that you do that, because now, with only about 200 or so friends that I have on Facebook, which is still kind of a lot, but it's a lot more manageable. I'm not bombarded or overwhelmed by news feed where it's just like just all these people that I'm not really interacting with. I don't think that was the purpose of Facebook. Um, that might be the purpose of public Facebook pages, because you can post all your stuff on there, you can share it with the world, and that's what I do. And so I have about almost 11, almost 1,200 likes on my Facebook page right now. Hopefully it'll go up, but if it goes down, then great. If I don't interest you, if I'm not someone that you want to try to engage with, maybe get closer with, then so be it. Let's move on. And I think all of you should focus on finding the people that you want to engage with or interact, not just the superficial, I'm just going to add this person as a friend because I met him today. No, you should not be just adding friends on Facebook that way. I don't think that's the purpose of it. Or maybe it is now, but again, this is an attitude change that I'm just kind of embarking with, and it feels exciting. It's amazing, because I want to build deeper, meaningful relationships with that circle of trust. I want to share these videos, hopefully be able to inspire you, and I do that through my Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, and I can share everything with you that way. And then one UA coming soon, and just be able to hopefully inspire you. So there you have it. That's kind of what's helped me, and maybe you can learn a little bit of kind of most recent kind of developments in my constant evolved self, or evolution of myself, as I work towards becoming a better version of myself each and every day. May you become a better, more evolved self as well. Today, as you're watching this, and then from here on out, hopefully, might be able to develop a little bit of a deeper connection with you. If I don't, hopefully these videos help you take that step with other people that you want to engage with. And may you not be addicted to social media like I was, and take that step to foster a healthy relationship with yourself and learn how to love yourself like I absolutely love myself now. And there's so much more to love. Like, I don't love myself anywhere near the level that I think maybe I should, but I'm working on it. And may you experience peace. And one of my favorite phrases that I will end every video with is namaste to you and yours today. Till next time.